What is up everyone and welcome to the unboxing of the Western Digital My Passport Ultra 1TB little 2.5-inch portable drive in the nice shiny blue colour. This is the latest sort of redesign of these passports. These things have been around for years now, and I do have one of the older ones and I'll compare it to it. I don't have one of the original ones, but I've got one of the previous gen ones, so we'll take a look at these two side by side. Quick reason why I got this. I have recently upgraded to a Hackintosh, as you guys know, but because of the case that I chose and the case modifications that I've made and the use of the radiator, etc, I've got a little bit of a lack of internal storage. So I've got this to basically host my iTunes library and nothing more. Why did I choose to get a 2.5-inch drive and not a 3.5-inch drive? Well, I think it'll be very handy to take my iTunes library on the road. Music, TV shows, videos. It'll be great for pretty much every scenario, including gigging, holidays, long road trips, that kind of thing. And it's nice to have all of your media on one hard drive because I don't have the luxury of having that at the moment. It's only all on one 1TB desktop drive. So after I record this unboxing video, I will be sticking my 1TB iTunes drive in the drive toaster that I unboxed a couple of weeks ago, plugging this into the system and transferring my whole library onto this. But don't worry, it will be backed up. So let's dig in. If you want to get yourself one of these, the 1TB one will run you in at around £55, give or take. I got this on Amazon.co.uk. Their delivery is extremely fast, even if you choose the free Super Saver delivery. So don't get conned into buying quicker delivery, and also try not to break the box too much when you open it because you may need to return the drive if it's not functioning correctly. But anyway, moving on, let's slide this out. This is of course retail packaging. These external drives come in retail packaging. And whoops, slide it out like that. That is the box. It's basically a nice bit of display. I call this the display hole through the box there. Let's move that to one side. And here we have the drive itself in a nice little, pretending to be blister pack, but it's not. It just opens up like this. So, moving the top piece aside and moving you guys down so we can take a little look, we have, first of all, the USB cable. Of course, these are USB 3.0, so they have this little funky double connector. The cable is slightly different to the old gen, a little bit thinner, which is quite nice. It's a very thick cable on the previous gen, and I'll show you in a second. I'll show you the difference. Here is the drive itself. Let's put that down. And here you can see the documentation, My Passport Ultra, with all the bits and bobs that you will never read. And of course, the world's most complex diagram. Plug the thing into the thing. Great stuff. So, let's move that to the side. Over there, dump that there. Great, let's take a little look at the drive. This is about as basic as you can get. Over the years, they've really refined the design into a nice, sleek, pretty lightweight, pretty thin package. So in here, we have a 2.5-inch 1TB spinning drive. So it's nothing posh, it's just the old, good old-fashioned platter hard drive. So yes, if you drop this, it will more than likely totally knacker up. One really nice thing is there's 4 little rubber feet on the bottom, so when you put it down on the desk, it's very difficult to move. So you get a little bit of resistance if the cable gets pulled or whatever. It's not a brilliant solution if you accidentally walk off with your laptop while the drive is still plugged in, but at least it gives you a bit of resistance. Over on the side here we have the connection, the USB 3.0 connection, and you can just about see a little LED indicator light there. That'll probably light up white and activate and show drive activity. I decided to go for a blue one because I've already got a red one, and the red one is from the previous generation. So let's have a little bit of a comparison between the new Passport and the old Passport. Now here I have one of these cases, can't remember what they're called, but you can find them on Amazon. And straight away, guys, I will tell you a couple of crucial differences between these two drives. Not only the logo's different and the finishes are different, but there is quite a substantial weight difference. Of course, you guys won't be able to see this in video, but there is a big dramatic weight difference. This is 250 gigs more as well. This is a 750 gig drive because these were roughly the same price in the last gen. This was about £50–55, maybe a little bit more actually. Capacity has really come down in price. Now, the overall drive design is pretty much the same. We've got the USB 3.0 connection, but the little drive activity LED is actually, where is it? It's somewhere else. I can't actually remember where it is, guys, to tell you the truth. And looking at it closely, my hard drive is actually quite scratched up. I believe the drive activity LED is somewhere. Anyway, they've got the same rubber feet with the same amount of resistance, which is nice, but if we stack these two on top of each other, you guys will be able to see quite a substantial difference in thickness, which is really nice. The new drive is quite a bit thinner, which I really do like, because this is quite a bulky drive. Now, this is not the original Passport. The original Passport is much more sort of brittle plastic. It's got white around the outside, and it also comes with a white cable, and it's a USB 2.0 drive. That thing is thinner than this. This is thicker for some reason. I don't know if like USB 3 controllers were a little bit big when they first came out or what, but there is a substantial thickness difference in these drives, as you guys can hopefully see there. Now, the trim on this one is silver and it shows up scratches. The trim on this one is black and it probably won't show up scratches, but it does have this sort of wannabe nearly chrome kind of finish around the edges. Now, one really cool thing, if you look closely, I know it's a little bit out of focus, but you've got all these little dots on the surface. It's not textured at all, it's literally just, you know, visible. That doesn't really add or detract for it, in my opinion. But one thing you're now missing is the shiny WD logo. I kind of like the simplicity of that. So, why have I got these? Well, as I said, this is my iTunes library, or soon to be. I'm going to plonk that there. It's going to spend 95% of its time hanging out the back of my Hackintosh, and this is my true portable drive. Now, internet is very slow around here, so using portable drives is still a very, very good option, and probably the best option. For the amount of data I want to carry around, the internet connection is just not quick enough around here at the moment, especially my internet connection. You know, I get a lot of people saying on the channel now, oh, Tom, man, don't worry about backup hard drives and stuff, just, you know, upload all of your stuff to so-and-so service and put it on Dropbox or whatever. And I'm just like, well, yeah, it takes me roughly 10 hours to upload a 1.5 gigabyte YouTube video. So, you know, work that one out. 10 hours, 1.5 gigs, 750 gigs, nearly full. This will be about 700 gigs full. I believe my iTunes library is about 700 gigs at the moment. But yeah, that is that, guys. Ooh, and I did tell you, I did promise that I would show the difference in the cable. So, here we have the old USB 3 cable, and let's get rid of the little twisty tangly thing so that we can show you the new USB 3.0 cable. And hopefully it'll come across in video. Now, first thing we'll do is, blinking heck, I'm having trouble with this. Okay, come on, Tom. There we go. There we go. First thing we'll take a look at is length. They are an identical length, but you may or may not be able to already tell the thickness difference. As you guys can see, the top one is the old one, the bottom one is the new one. So one big difference that you get is my red drive was in the infancy of USB 3.0. And this blue drive is now where they're really refining things and they're getting things nailed, so they were probably slightly over-engineering this one. Either that or they're just cutting costs and I am totally wrong. But the connectors are pretty much the same, as you guys can see. Big difference in the cable thickness, okay? Coming over. And the other end looks pretty much the same also. I've just got that on, but I don't leave these on. These come on all the little Western Digital external drives. I don't leave them on, I just rip them off like that because I think they look absolutely horrendous. But that is that. I'm not going to talk any more about cables, guys, because I don't want to bore you to tears. Now, one quick point I do want to touch on, because I know someone's going to comment. What is the point in buying a pre-made Western Digital external hard drive rather than getting a 2.5-inch enclosure and getting a drive? Well, put it this way, guys. If you buy a 1 terabyte laptop drive and then buy a sort of eBay 4, 5, 6, maybe even £10 2.5-inch enclosure, the drive quality is not going to be as good as this. This is just bare basic, simple, nice drive. You get a warranty, nothing can really go wrong, and it's a nice enclosure. I've got a lot of the cheaper enclosures for both SATA and IDE hard drives, and I've just found them never ever to be as good as this guy and any other portable hard drive that I've used, really. I'm fully into system building and I'm fully into making my own things and doing all this, but when it comes to these portable hard drives, I think buying these MyBooks is a great solution. Now, over the box somewhere, there may be spread something about the cloud or something. Let's take a look. Auto and cloud backup and whatever. I have absolutely no interest in the cloud features that come with these drives, and I have no interest in the software that comes with these drives. The first thing I do with my Western Digital drives is erase them straight away so that they're nice and clean for me to use and they don't have any of that WD faff on them. So these are the two drives. This is the new one, so let's get the old one out of the frame a little bit. There we go, just so we can have the full spotlight on the new drive. Should we stand it up for dramatic effect? Better not, otherwise it may fall over and I may break it before I even plug it in. So that is my new little hard drive. This will be my iTunes library. I hope it does me well. I hope I've made the right decision. I think all of the points, keeping all of the points in mind and weighing up the pros and cons, this was a good way to go. And I'm looking forward to using it and also having an iTunes library that I can just carry with me anywhere. It'll really, really come in handy. So that was my very elongated and full of rambling unboxing of the Western Digital My Passport Ultra 1TB in blue. Hope you guys like my new little drive. It's nice and shiny, nice and funky, and a little bit sleeker than the old guy. Definitely a lot sleeker. Of course, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.